Howdy. Welcome to the DoubleClutch.ca podcast. This is a slightly different episode because Nick is out of the office, so Nathan, am hosting the episode today, and we're kind of chilling because it's just me and Rush in the office, and we're basically only making this to satisfy the algorithm's necessity for regularity.
Yeah. Not that we don't love doing the podcast. It's just, it's a little weird when it's just us. Not weird. I mean, there's nothing weird about it.
No, we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
We figured, let's just turn the mics on.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because Nick asked us to very politely, so we're doing that.
And this is Nathan's perfect intro to this podcast.
Yeah, this is great.
Ramblings of a madman.
It's basically just me talking for this episode and you being a foil, so yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, okay.
So this week, we are discussing the final Lamborghini Huracan.
Huracan, yeah.
Huracan. Is it a silent H in Italian? Or Spanish? It's Spanish, right?
I think it's Spanish. It's a bull, right?
Yeah.
So Huracan, yeah.
Yeah. So we have an Huracan Technica. We have several bikes to talk about because I'm reviewing bikes now, and we also, well, by we I mean me, got to drive the FD RX-7 out of Mazda's Heritage Collection, which was a really cool experience for me.
Super
and
neat.
Russia's also here.
Yeah, I'm just here. I'm just here for Nathan to have someone to talk to.
And I really appreciate it. I'm so fucking lonely in this car.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start with John Santa Fe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So John has a Santa Fe this week. What's different about it from one that Paolo had?
The one that Paolo had, I think, was an XRT. It was like a mid-ish range one, which felt nice on its own.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know why I'm running this podcast now.
Yeah.
Type loudly. I don't care. We're in an office. Look things up. Don't be afraid
I'm going
of it. No, there, type louder. There you go. So the one that John has is a ultimate calligraphy. So like decked, loaded.
Okay.
I don't know how much the thing costs, which I'm guessing you're going to look up for me right now.
I'm trying to do that currently.
And I really appreciate that. But in the last week and a half, the only 5 vehicles I've driven are my Miata, which I'd never have the top up on and have a crazy exhaust on.
Yep.
This Huracan. And 3 motorcycles. So to get into this thing this morning, which is nice and quiet and just sit back and have a coffee and listen.
Zen. Yeah.
It was zen. It gives zen. It's very demure.
Demure, yes, I see.
It helped me slay.
Nathan's been on the internet and he's trying to act more he's trying to act like a child, I guess.
Yes. This is all for the kids, so we got to appeal to the kids.
Yeah, fair enough. What trim is John's car?
Ultimate Calligraphy.
Oh, the nice one. Okay, so it's 53 and a half.
This thing's 53?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Lots of car for the money.
That's a lot.
I honestly thought that Paolo's car, Paolo.
Since we're doing pronunciation today.
Yeah. I thought that Paolo's XRT was really nice. And this one is just nicer. So it takes... I think the only the real difference is this one's got the 2.5 liter turbo engine. I'm not sure that Paolo's had that one. I think that his had the more baser engine.
I think it was the hybrid. I honestly don't remember. I don't pay a ton of it. Neither of us pay a ton of attention to these.
Yeah, not that we don't pay attention. It's just like all of them are really good. It's
not a top of mind, and they're all pretty samey. So I was like, yeah, that's a good one. That's a less good one. Yeah, whatever.
So
get the good one. This is a pretty good one.
This one's great for 54-ish. Plus I don't know what other options are on this one, but okay, call it like around 55.
Yeah.
That's a lot of... I think that's a lot of car for the money.
It's a lot. Like, it drives well. Like, it doesn't do anything great. It's just very good at being inoffensive and nice.
Yeah.
It's quiet. It's got, like, decent enough pickup.
The biggest thing with this thing versus everything else I've driven in the last little while is... Actually, well, aside from, like, the F-150 and stuff like that, like, aside from trucks, is the amount of space inside to put things down.
There's so much.
Like, okay... I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but, like, women.
I don't know what you're going to talk about. I actually have no idea where you're going with that.
You ever realize that, like, girls have a lot of stuff, yeah?
They have all the stuff.
Okay, and it's always in their hands at all times. So when they get into the car...
They just drop it somewhere.
Right. This car has all of the places.
So much space to drop stuff.
Has a ton of cubbies, a ton of flat surfaces for wireless phone charging, and also... just to put things down.
Yeah. So so the center console in this thing, for anyone who hasn't seen it,
large.
Like it's just a huge tray that has 2 wireless charging ports, like Charlie charging stations, trays, pads, whatever you want to call them, which can also double up as just a place to put shit.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, like, I find that, like, that kind of, like, design language, like, okay, like, the outside is boxy and, like, looks defendery, whatever, that's cool.
Yeah. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
It works. It's a fancy flex.
But they've brought that inside in, like, a really, like, mindful way.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's just very usable.
Mindful?
Yeah. Mindful, man.
It's very demure.
Yeah. No, it like, I actually really like it. I just, like, using it for errands around, you know, the shop, and then just, like, if you need to go somewhere and get in it, and it's just, like, it's easy.
It's just nice. It's just, like, it's a perfect, like, brainless whatever NPC mobile that doesn't suck.
Yeah. And, like, it's, you know, I hate to say, like, we use this term all the time, like, NPC mobile, whatever, but, like, yeah, it's a regular everyday car that's done quite well.
Sometimes
so, like,
you just want to be an NPC.
Yeah. I
don't want to be a main character.
No.
I'm just going to Tim's. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the main character at Tim Hortons. I just want to get my regular and get out.
Speaking of Tim Hortons, I just came back with a tray of coffees.
Yeah.
And
you threw them in the center tray.
That's it.
It was perfect.
And it fit perfectly. I was like, man, this is kind of great. Which is kind of what got me thinking about this. I was like, man, this thing has, like, so much space. Like, if you want to hide things and put them away and, like, have them out of sight, out of mind, you can do that. If you want things to just be at your fingertips, they're right there.
Yeah, because there's that huge cubby under the center tray, too.
Absolutely.
So you can throw your big-ass purse there and then throw your clutch in the center tray.
Yeah, and it's got, like, that wireless, or so what do you call it, the UV, you know, phone sanitation stuff, all that stuff. But speaking of fingertips, it's also got buttons. Physical buttons for, like, everything, which is nice. And, like, having it, you know, so that you could, if you're coming around, like, let's just say a drive-through, and you're like, I don't want to curb my wheels because, you know, they're big.
They're
just
huge.
Hit a button and
it brings up the cameras. And, like, Hyundai Kia's cameras are amazing.
They're good, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I like it a lot.
And that's everything you could want.
Yeah.
In a normal-ass car.
Just be easy.
Yeah, just be easy, look nice, be comfy, drive well.
Yeah. Seats are nice. I don't know.
Yeah, like there's tons of room even the third row's got a good amount of room. It completely compromises cargo space. With the third row up, there's fucking nowhere to put anything.
You kind of pick which one you want.
Yeah, but you have the option.
Yeah. And I think that the fact that I can say this much about that Santa Fe means that, like, honestly, like, I like it a lot. Yeah,
they did a good job with it. I wasn't in love with it when I first saw it. I thought it was too reminiscent of the Defender and also a flex.
Yeah, okay, two things about that. It's like I'm still not 100% on the looks.
No.
I think
it works.
It works, and I know it's going to grow on me, and it's not that it'll grow on me, it'll become normal. Mm-hmm. But I think that it's still trying to be something a little
too far removed from what it actually is.
Right.
Yeah.
And the color on this car is
matte copper.
Yeah.
I like it. I feel like every single one I've seen is murdered out, like quintuple black.
Yeah.
And I do not like that on this thing, especially on this thing.
I think that blacked out with, like, polished chrome wheels or, like, silver wheels.
Oh, like Fordy's do with the Flex. Yeah. That look great.
That look fantastic, yeah. So I don't know. I think that I genuinely think that, like, it's a really good car. It's just a good, like, it'd be a good family car.
Yeah.
Or, like, if someone does, like, outdoorsy stuff or wants, like, space to, like, put stuff, you got it. The Santa Fe is a fantastic option. The engine in this one is, so there's no hybrid in this one. It is just, from what I can tell.
This one, I believe, is just I think it's the 2.5 liter 4 turbo.
Yeah, and even for being a 4-banger, it's, you know,
it moves along pretty
torque.
Well. Yeah. It's quiet, right? It doesn't feel like it's droning.
That's the thing, yeah. It doesn't feel like it's, like, completely, you know, ringing itself out for every, you know, every situation. And it's got good passing power. I feel like, yeah.
It feels like what we all want in an engine is to feel effortless, to feel plenty. We want to be able to put our foot halfway down and have authoritative passing power, knowing that there's still reserve.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this BMW bike I have this week
has passing power?
It is authoritative.
Is it?
And there's a lot in reserve. Oh my god.
So what BMW bike do you have this week?
So I have the F900 GS. Yes. In their lineup, that is the adventure style bike. For those of you listening who don't follow bikes too much, an adventure bike is basically a huge dirt bike that has good road manners. So they're meant to cover, it's basically a Grand Tourer.
Right.
They're meant to cover long distance in comfort, be able to handle well, and handle some, like, mild, moderate off-roading.
Yeah.
So this has a 900cc engine. It's a parallel twin, and 900cc, 900-ish cc. I haven't actually looked at the specs on this thing exactly, but 900-ish cc parallel twin engine, 105 horsepower if memory serves right.
That's plenty.
100, that kind of power on a bike that weighs like 450-ish pounds. This thing is very light for what it is. It's remarkably light for the size of the bike.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's kilowatts. 105 horsepower.
Yeah.
And, it's 895cc. Yeah, so basically 900cc.
Yeah, this thing can boogie. You think BMW cars are cool? Like, man.
Yes, I do.
You gotta get on this thing. This will leave an M5 for dead.
Really?
And then go off-roading. It's wild.
That's cool. I mean, I feel like that's the thing. I've heard that. Okay, so, like, I'll be honest with you. I know nothing about bikes.
That's fair. Me neither.
And, like, you're getting into bikes now.
Yeah. And that's kind of the cool thing. I don't know either, right? So I can be...
a blank slate, almost.
A blank slate. Kind of like the Luke Skywalker in A New Hope, right? Like, he's... No, like, but that's the whole thing. Like, he's the self-insert. He's the guy who doesn't know anything. Yeah. And the surrounding universe can explain things to him as he goes along. And the viewer learns with Luke. Except Luke Skywalker was good at stuff, and I'm just a hack. Just trying to figure things out as I go along.
Hey, we're trying, right? So, okay, so, like, what... Okay, as a person that hasn't... You've never driven an adventure bike before?
My buddy Rob's bike was actually the first one I rode.
Right.
Yeah.
But in recent...
Not in the last 10 years.
Right, so...
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I love it. So, it's a very relaxed riding position.
Yep.
I feel like I could spend a lot of time on it pretty comfortably because you are pretty upright. It's flexible in that you have the option to hunker way down or just cruise upright naturally.
Yeah.
There's just barely enough windscreen such that you can kind of protect yourself if you're cooking or not. It's up to you.
Yeah.
It has a lot of niceties that allow it to cover greater distances in comfort. Mm-hmm. So, on like kind of like the driver aid side, there is like a torque control mode.
Yeah.
So like it's traction control. So if you're on like say loose gravel and you send it, it'll kind of rein it in gently. Or if you send it way too hard and lift the front wheel, it'll pull it back.
Right.
And this will do that easily.
Right. Yeah.
So there's that. It has ABS. So if you squeeze a rear brake too hard, it's not going to step out on you.
Okay.
And then, as you said, cruise control, which is incredible.
Yeah. Cruise control on a bike, it seems so strange to me.
It seems so strange, but it works so well. It's so nice.
Yeah.
You just set it, and then you can relax your wrist. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's just deleted.
That's cool.
Like, instead of having to keep your wrist in that fixed position for so long, you just set the cruise, and now you can chill. That takes a huge amount of strain off, at least for my novice ass, right? That muscle's not fully developed yet.
Oh, for sure. I can actually think of that on a snowmobile. We had a snowmobile with cruise control on it, and it was like... Oh, like and it seems stupid, right? But it was the same idea. It was like a touring snowmobile.
Yeah.
So if you're going down a long trail, it's like you don't want to have your wrist locked in one position because it causes fatigue. So it's like okay, let's put some cruise control on this thing, and it actually works.
Yeah, and it works really moving, right? Because your only remedy before that was just clutch in and take your foot off for a bit, or take your hand off.
Yeah,
yeah.
But this is it's actually small things like that actually. You don't think you need them until you try them. Like, okay, this works pretty well.
Yeah, there's just a lot of little niceties that we both kind of look at these sort of things like, well, what do you need that for? And then you're out there doing it like, oh,
that's
I could feel the ABS save my ass right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else about it?
I think it has it does the phone integration really well. So for a bike, it's a bike that integrates with your phone really nicely.
Yeah. So from what I understand, it kind of. It's like a manager of media more than, it doesn't really play anything. It kind of just what connects between your phone and a helmet or something like that.
Yeah. Well, because the bike doesn't have speakers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it ends up being that medium.
Yeah.
Kind of like the way most cars work. If you're like me and you don't use CarPlay or Android Auto.
Yep.
Right? It's kind of the same thing. It just sort of takes what's on your phone and projects it onto the screen. So you could use the bike's built-in controls instead of dicking with your phone because obviously that's not an option.
Yeah.
Although having said that, there is there is a place to put a phone on this thing with like a BMW accessory.
And we've done a lot of research on that.
Lots, because we were trying to figure out why it wasn't working. And you need to make purchase of separate thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like so it comes with a preparation for a connected. So it's a BMW Navigator.
I see. Okay.
So that's what goes up there, which we definitely knew.
We knew that. We're not just learning as we go.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's neat. Like it has a lot of that stuff. So
and it rides well. Like it's not super hard. It's a relaxed position.
Yeah. So you had what did you have last week? A CBR?
Yes. So I had So okay, let's kind of stay on topic for this week a little bit.
Fair.
So the BMW is very cool.
Yeah.
I also traded a Honda CBR 500R, so they updated that for this year. It's their kind of like middleweight, for lack of a better term, like crotch rocket style bike. It looks like a missile.
Yeah.
And for this year, it's been updated to look more like the big 1000cc Fireblade.
Yeah.
So it's got the same kind of fascia, the same little winglets that aren't going to do very much at the speeds this thing is capable of. But they're there. It looks tough.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the whole point, right? It's meant to be the bike that looks cool, that handles really well, because it's got way too much brake.
Yeah.
Like it has dual 296 millimeter front brakes and 4-pot calipers.
Yeah.
On a 46 horsepower bike. And a big inverted like front shock.
Okay.
So it's like way too much chassis for the motor.
Yeah.
And part of that is I think a big part of that is to satisfy like a European regulation, because it at 46.9 horsepower, it's like right just on the cusp of a European like A2 rider thing.
Okay.
So I guess kind of like a learner type classification. Or whatever.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know, kind of like the 9.9 horsepower boat motor.
Yep.
Same idea.
Okay.
It's right under a category.
Right.
So it's relatively inexpensive. It's super cheap to operate. The motor is not stressed at all.
Yeah.
It's got piles of torque around town. It's really easy to ride. Super easy to learn on. And then when you want to start playing with it and learning how to lean over more and brake harder and faster and like gradually build yourself up, as I did last week.
Yeah.
Because that was the first meaningful amount of time I spent on a bike. It's a great way to kind of handhold you. And it still has the same
assist,
a basic set of safety net, right?
Yeah.
ABS and traction control, torque control.
Yeah.
So that like, you know, if you send it too hard, they're like, no, let's put that wheel back down.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
There's a couple times when I was riding it back to Honda to pick up the other bike I got.
Yeah.
There's a few times where I could feel like the rear brake was like biting back against me, like, oh, okay. It is greasy out. That's the limit. Okay, it's right there. So it very gently tells you like, hey, here's what's up.
Yep.
And the riding position is such that you can ride it very upright and be totally fine, but it encourages you to hunker down.
Right.
Because it is a sport bike.
Yep.
And I didn't do this at first because it wasn't natural to me, but over the course of the week, I found myself getting lower and lower, and it made more and more sense.
Yeah.
To a point where, I'm resting my chest on the tank. That's what you're supposed to do on these things. That's what everyone does it.
Right.
And you can lean over further and be more confident. To a point where, like, I drag my toe across the ground. Okay, so that's the limit. It's right there, right? Like,
yeah. But it gave you the confidence to find it.
Exactly.
Right.
And it, like, very gently walks you to that edge.
Yeah.
So it's cool in that way. It's kind of like the Toyota 86 and the BRZ and the Mazda Miata, right? Like, way too much chassis for the power.
But that's kind of the point.
That's kind of the point, right? It's meant to be the fast learner vehicle that can then be built upon.
Or like develop skill, right? Like
And in lieu of having something that's actually fast, it's plenty fast enough. But in lieu of having something that's a genuine missile, it's super cheap to operate.
Okay.
I got like 3.8 liters per 100. And the maintenance schedule on these things is super chill because the motor's not doing anything.
Right. Okay.
So it's a really cool like kind of middle ground that does the sport bike thing and can also be a commuter bike.
Okay.
And that was $9,300.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
I like being a Honda. It's nice. It has a new screen. It's supposed to have phone connectivity, but it's not supported in Canada.
Okay.
The app's not available. It's
I see.
dumb.
Yeah.
But it's nice. Basic set of like niceties.
Yeah.
Nice screen. Nice interface. The controls are great. Like, it's a Honda. It's built like a premium product.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we forget about this because we think of their cars, but their cars are built that way too.
No, absolutely, yeah. Affordable, but not cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
they're nice.
Exactly.
So that was kind of neat. And I rode that back up to Richmond Hill, getting rained on the entire time, which I was very impressed with. To swap that out for the new Honda Transalp, which was their big adventure bike, and I think the closest direct competitor in their portfolio to BMW's F900.
Okay.
So the Transalp was a bike that I think they used to sell here. They discontinued it for years.
Yeah.
And now it's back.
Excellent.
Basically, it's the same thing as the Africa Twin that's been out for a few years. It's their big adventure dual sport bike.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little more geared towards touring, more relaxed.
Yeah.
So it's got a little more of a windscreen on it. It's got a larger front tire. It's a little more upright.
Right.
The one I got is like a big set of cargo boxes on it. So it was actually so nice. I could get into this thing, take my backpack off, throw it in the back, and not worry about it.
Right.
And the transition from riding up the DVP in the rain in this little CBR where I felt very vulnerable, just being that low and that small, to getting on this big Transalp with a much higher, much more natural upright riding position and a big windscreen and way more power.
Right.
It's just like, yes. It's just super confidence inspiring.
Right.
So that was really cool to see that big change immediately. I was kind of intimidated to get onto a bike that looked so large. Like, oh, how am I going to just manage the weight of this thing?
Yeah.
But it's not ungainly. It's not unwieldy. And it's just really nice to ride. It's a little more relaxed than the BMW, and it's not as fast. It's fast.
Yep.
It's got a 755cc engine that's putting out like 85 horsepower, so it's plenty.
Yeah.
It moves well.
Yeah.
But it's not a missile like the BMW.
Yep.
It's not a bad thing. It's a touring bike.
Yeah.
And it tours very well. I think it tours a little better, and if it had cruise, it'd be perfect.
Oh, it doesn't have cruise?
It doesn't have cruise.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Being that it is like more of a relaxed... Not relaxed, sorry. Like a more...
Meant to be like a long-range bike.
Yeah. Is it an option, or...?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing it.
Right.
It's got a lot of nice stuff on it. Like, it has like a nice slipper clutch. It's got quick shifters, so you don't have to be actually very good at riding to ride it.
Right.
Like, it's very handholdy.
Yeah, a lot of
It's got a lot of different modes.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of leniency in it, but it does just that's that one option that BMW has up its sleeve that like
changes it up
a little bit.
That's interesting.
But the Honda's definitely friendlier, I'd say.
Yeah. Friendlier, cheaper, I'm guessing as well.
Yeah, 13 and change versus 17 and change to start for the BMW.
It's quite a substantial difference.
You can get more bike out of it.
Oh no, I think you definitely do.
Yeah.
And like the BMW, like the F900 looks like it's built really well. Like that's the thing. Because coming at this from someone that does not know.
No, that's great. Go ahead. Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, so I was taking a look at both these bikes with Nathan yesterday, and I was like, okay, like let's just take a look around these things. Like, I'm so interested to see how these things are built because I've never spent. I think obviously you've been around bikes, but you've never like actually had your hands up and been able to like get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah,
of it.
we both taken apart cars. We haven't taken apart bikes.
No, and like that's the thing. I think I've told Nathan this a couple times. It's like I only want a bike so I can take it apart. Like I'm curious. Like I think that. Like, both bikes look like they're built exceptionally well. Mm-hmm. And the BMW has, like, some other stuff on it. Like, this, like, weird, like, steering damper. Not weird.
But it was neat, right? Like, there is a steering damper. There is the world's tiniest little shock absorber.
Yeah. On
the front fork, just to numb little edges in it.
You know what I think it actually is for now that I'm actually thinking about it? It's, like, the front, it's like the nose gear on, like, a Cessna. It has, like, a shimmy damper. So, like, it doesn't get away from you, right? Like it doesn't start shimming by itself.
Oh, I see. So if you get a little bit of speed wobble, if you're really cooking, it'll like stop it a little bit.
Exactly. It's going to dampen out the like the resonance. Like
if you're traveling on a gravel road at the speed this thing is capable of.
Right.
I see.
So it could be for that. I don't know, man. I'm just talking about my ass.
No, but that makes a lot of sense.
I'm trying to reason why they would have this thing on there, like and other things. Like I don't know. The bike does look like it's built quite well.
It looks kick-ass.
Yeah, it's got an Acura exhaust on it.
Yeah,
like built for BMW, but it is an Acura, which is nice because like their name brand
sick, and it's a quality piece.
Absolutely, I think it's titanium as well. It looks like it.
I think so, yeah, with like a carbon wrap around it. It looks pretty
fantastic,
cool.
yeah. And like I think I don't know. I was just looking at the website here. It looks like you can get this thing in like some nice colors. Like there's one here that is like kitted out as like M colors with like gold rims.
Yeah,
that looks sick.
The
one we have is like a lime green. I don't know what they actually
Sao Paulo.
call it.
It's the same ones they have on their cars.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't think we've had any press cars in that color, but like,
I don't think so.
But
it's on the M3 and 4 now.
I was configuring a car that came up in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has that. Lots of metal on the back of the bike too. As far as like like all of these like what do you call them? Attachment points for
for cargo boxes, panniers as they're called, which is a
strange word.
Very strange word to say.
Like they're set up nicely, and they look like they're gonna last a long time.
They look like the exact same design as the one on my buddy Rob's bike.
Yeah.
From 20 years ago. It's just a big aluminum box.
Which is kind of what you want, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
The Honda, on the other hand, it was pretty much the same as far as build quality. It was just missing a couple things, which is I think where you get the price difference.
Yeah,
right?
it's like you're paying more for more. Just like little thoughtful. And not to say the Honda's it doesn't feel any worse to ride. Like the BMW is more fun, but I think that's by virtue of it having more power and being a little lighter. And a slightly, marginally more, like, aggressive riding position.
Which kind of makes sense.
Yeah. It's like, so, the Honda doesn't have this little steering damper that the BMW does, but at least in my time with it thus far,
hasn't needed
my novice ass has not noticed it.
Yeah. Almost like Honda, like, kind of does that, though, no? It's like, oh, we need emissions equipment. No. We'll
design around that.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, maybe it's just a Honda way, like, simplify, right?
Yeah. And that's how they can offer so much bike, because that's a ton of bike that you could use all of the time for not a lot of money.
I think that's a special thing about these bikes, though, is like you can have fun with them, but also them probably be like your daily.
Yeah, this could be a commuter bike.
Yeah.
Right? You could take this to from work, from, say, March to November, because you have ridiculously good heated grips and a big windshield.
Yeah.
Like,
that's nice.
You could use this all the time and get 4 liters per 100.
Yeah. And the cargo boxes.
And the cargo box total up to about the same as my Miata.
Yeah. Which is pretty sick. Like, that's, that's pretty awesome as far as being able to actually, like, throw stuff in your bike and, not have to wear it on a backpack or something. So
yeah, not have to worry about, how am I going to get this home? What if I have to stop and get, like, milk and potatoes and shit? Like, throw them in the bike.
Potatoes.
I need potatoes, bro.
Fair enough. You going to put a bag of potatoes in this thing?
Yeah.
You
totally can.
You actually could.
Yeah.
So
like my huge messenger bag, it flips into the back, no problem.
Yeah.
So that was so nice.
That being said, like, I'm just thinking about these cargo boxes. Like, the ones on the BMW would be aluminum.
Yes.
And the ones on the Honda are plastic.
Appear to be a hard ABS, yeah.
Yeah. Like fiber reinforced plastic or something like that. Like,
yeah.
They don't look...
They don't feel chintzy at all. They're nice. And they're light. Like, they weigh nothing.
Yeah, that's why I wonder, like, if it's actually more advantageous to have the ABS.
It's probably...
But, like, you look more swag with, like, the aluminum.
That's part of the thing, right? The Motorrad is positioned as a slightly more premium product.
Yeah.
So you get slightly more premium materials. So...
Yeah, and it's got, like, this, LED lights and all that stuff. Like, I think it's honestly, like, a very nice bike. Like,
I actually love riding it.
So, I don't know. I think that, both of them seem like, they seem nice.
Yeah.
Right? And you've ridden, both of them?
Yeah.
For a decent amount of time to form some opinions on them. So,
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how your review shapes out. And I think you're doing a little comparison on both, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do a little comparison on both of them. And, they're surprisingly similar. Yeah. Like, even, like, parked next to each other. Like, the seat height's very close. Like, the general shape of the thing is very close. They're very similar.
Oh, definitely.
They just have slightly different priorities.
Yeah.
I don't think one's better than the other.
I was going to say that, which is kind of fantastic because, like, people have, different needs, so it's good that both options exist in the same space, right?
Do you want to pay more for a faster bike? There you go. Do you not? There you go.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Like, we have a Lamborghini Huracan Tecnica in the parking lot.
Absolutely.
And I took the Transalp home last night.
You're also a little strange, though.
Well, I could put my bag in the Transalp.
Yeah. Have we talked about the Huracan yet?
No.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up our time.
Yeah.
Okay, I really like the look of this thing. So I was, like, 10-year-old child Nathan was hoping when I went to pick this thing up that it was going to be, like, yellow or bright green or orange. Purple.
Yes.
A cool guy color. And I show up and it's matte gray. It's matte primer gray. With black wheels and black trim.
No one's ever done that before, though.
I don't think anyone has ever... Oh, and red calipers.
I think that sounds like a really unique spec.
Yes, very unique.
Yeah, like...
Very demure.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
It gives zen.
Yeah.
The thing is, it actually gives zen. Because... It doesn't. I'm being super facetious. But when I was driving here, it was nice because when we had the Sterrato, the bright yellow lifted off-road Sterrato a few months ago, I couldn't go anywhere in that fucking thing without someone whipping out their phone and recording me.
Yeah.
Like, I was...
But this thing's super subtle.
It's a lot more subtle. Okay. Like, it's still a Lamborghini, obviously. But it's a lot more subtle. Yeah. Because I was, like, paying attention as I was driving back here, like, oh, wait, like, there's a lot of people that aren't noticing this thing.
Yeah.
Whereas in the yellow car,
I think the yellow car
is rolling probable cause. Like, everyone is looking at you.
But the difference with the yellow car, I think, is it's a lifted Lamborghini, which in and of itself is a strange sight, right?
Yeah, but
this thing looks like a normal Huracan.
Yeah, but it's stealth. Like, it doesn't, like, if you're not looking at it, it won't catch the eye of your peripheral.
Yeah, like, this thing looks like an F-22 to me.
I get TIE Interceptor.
Sure.
Like I said TIE Fighter yesterday with the gray and the black, but like, no, the Interceptor looks faster.
Yeah, and it's got, it's gray, like a fighter jet.
Yep.
It's got a ton of strange angles, like a fighter jet.
Yeah, a lot of hexagons. They love that shit.
Even the exhaust.
I think it looks fucking dope.
The exhaust is fucking cool. It's like hexagonal.
Yeah. They got a reshaped nose on it that's like longer, and it makes it look like the bigger cars, especially in profile. I think it looks fucking great.
I can't stand it.
Really?
I can't stand it. I think that the Huracan had a really pretty face.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you were filling me in on the fact that, like, there was a lot of naysayers of the Huracan. I never heard that.
I was actually looking this up. So it was Autocar and Evo. I think Evo. One of the two. One of the big British outlets that are very good.
They're very successful.
And so, like, Lamborghini's tamed the bulls. It's kind of dull. I remember, like, that was a common sentiment on, like, forums and shit at the time.
Okay, but what I'm going to say is, I think that is... Okay, I think it's a common sentiment on forums because some journalists said it. And I think that every single time...
we are some journalists.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah.
Every single time something new comes out from Lamborghini,
yeah.
they've tamed the bull. It doesn't feel like a 90s Diablo. It doesn't feel like a piece of shit.
And thank God.
Like, no shit. It's like, oh my God. You don't want to drive that car.
Yeah.
It's going to suck.
Yeah.
So
even if it runs, it's going to be a bad car.
But not that we have
not directed at anyone in particular.
Yeah, no experience in that field. But what I'm getting at is, like, okay, I think that's just something that journalists have to say. Like, I don't know anything about, like, certain topics. I don't know anything about bikes. So when I get on a bike, I'm going to be like, this is the best bike ever. So journalists are going to be like...
I can say that the F900 is the best bike I've ever ridden.
Yeah.
By a mile. Not by a mile.
Half a mile.
But either way, it's fucking horseshit because, like, you have the context of knowing I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at is, like, I don't know. I think that... Okay. We're way off topic here. The last Huracan... Sorry, the first iteration of the Huracan, the original.
Yes.
I thought was spectacular looking, and people are like, oh, you tamed the bull, you tamed the bull. The Gallardo came before it. The Gallardo looked less intense than the Huracan.
I thought the Huracan always looked great.
The Huracan, I think, looked nicer than the Gallardo, thankfully.
Yep.
Because the Gallardo wasn't bad looking. It was kind of boring, though, to me.
I feel like...
Especially when you had the Murcielago beside it. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And you had, like, the Batwing, the vents opening up, and, like, you had...
Yeah, the Murcielago was, like, relatively tame, too. Because it was, like, just a really clean shape.
It was clean, but I thought it was done super well.
But it looked amazing.
And it had presence.
Yeah.
It had presence in real life. You stood beside it, you're like, damn.
Whoa.
This thing...
And it got increasingly wild.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with the Huracan, they've kind of, I think they've kind of done the same thing, right? It's like, hey, they start off with a base. Not the base, like the original.
Yeah.
I'll call it. And now this is New Coke. And in the way that I don't fucking love it, I think they should fucking go back to it. Because it looks too aggressive. Like, it looks cartoonish almost in the front end.
It's a Lamborghini. It's supposed to. I get what you're saying. I really like the original Huracan's face. I love it. I think it looks great.
Yeah. And I think that where are you going to go from there? And I think that's what they've done here.
Yeah, but I think it works as kind of like a middle ground between the regular Huracan and the, like, wacky ass STO.
Yep.
I think this is a good middle ground between the two.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about it, it kind of looks like the front end, like...
It looks like the Vuelto a little bit. With with the, I don't know what they're called, the winglet things.
Yes.
The inserts in the grill-ish area.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the black accent.
And they tie into the headlight.
Yeah.
It looks more like a jet.
It does.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We can talk about this thing.
It's also very functional. Like, so I was reading up about this thing.
Yep.
I actually did homework on this.
Okay.
20% more downforce.
You
No.
did homework?
35% more downforce overall. And 20% less drag.
From what?
Than the base car.
Oh, okay.
So it's more slippery and more force downy.
More down.
More down, less drag. Very fast.
That's great.
That's very good. It's like it's very functional is what I'm saying.
So the form follows the function.
Yeah.
Probably, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it probably looks like that for a reason.
Yeah,
That's
so
fine.
it can go very fast.
Which it does.
That car is very, very fast.
Yeah.
I think the Huracan was the first really fast Lamborghini. Like, they've always been very powerful, but they've never been fast. They've never done lap record fast until the Huracan.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to go and just put this out there.
Okay.
I don't know that much about Lamborghini's quote-unquote track record.
They don't have much.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like the Huracan. I think you're absolutely right in the sense that like in my knowledge was the first car that they were sending around the track.
Yeah.
To make sure it's actually good at that.
Yeah.
Like obviously the Murcielago was fast.
Yeah.
But it was a handful and it sucked.
Yeah.
To drive like that, you know, you wanted to drive it to. First
of
all,
you were always kind of fighting the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Lambos are about the flex.
Always.
Like let's get that out of the way.
Big style, big theater, big noise.
And they do that so well, and that's why we love them, right?
Yeah.
Is because like it's like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
My doors go up.
Yeah.
Like it's cool. Like,
bro, Lamborghinis don't have Lamborghini doors anymore.
But it's like it's just it was nutty, right? Like it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the whole thing. Be wacky.
Yeah, and I think that the Huracan like kind of brought it in a little bit, where you know we obviously had the influence from Volkswagen Audi group, but like they are actually pretty impressive to drive.
Yeah, like they're genuinely fast cars that actually set lap records.
Yeah,
like they're very quick and still good.
Yeah.
Like the thing doesn't have variable steering, and like it's weird how like that car came out and was like kind of numb.
Yeah.
Shat on for being numb, and now it's edgy. It's the last one. Because between like the Artura, hybrid turbo 6.
Yeah.
The 750S turbo 8. The Ferrari 296, hybrid turbo 6. Like, and then this Lamborghini's still out kicking ass with the fucking V10.
Yeah.
What's up? And it's amazing. And it's by a mile the best sounding one.
It sounds really nice.
Yeah.
It sounds really nice, and yeah, I think that, you know, that's the thing. Like, what does it get you over? Not that like, okay, they don't even sell the regular Huracan anymore.
I don't think so.
So it's like you're getting an STO, the Sterrato.
The Sterrato. I think there's an Evo, which is the base.
Oh yeah, you might be right. So
because the Evo denotes the facelift. The Technica is new for 22, so it's the STO's engine and like half of the aero.
You got it, yeah.
And much less of the crazy kill you suspension.
Yeah.
So it's actually like a usable-ish street car that won't break your face off.
Yeah.
And also stupid, dumb fast.
So I guess the big deal with the Technica is rear drive.
Rear drive. Which is...
And rear steer.
Rear drive and rear steer. Isn't that fucking nuts?
It's like a Honda.
Yeah.
But like backwards.
But backwards, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nutty.
Yeah.
I find... Okay, so...
I didn't notice it.
Okay, you took me out in this thing.
Yes.
There's like no drama.
I so disagree.
I don't know, like...
You have to go get the drama, but it has drama.
Yeah, okay, so hang on. About that.
Yeah, right.
It is good at being kind of... You can drive it to go get the drama, okay?
You can be an NPC in it.
Yeah,
it can actually be very quiet.
Get out of your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Go up the road and not be so annoying to get there that you're frustrated by the time you get there.
Yeah.
And let's just say you're on a back road now. You open it up.
Yeah. You've gone to the racetrack.
Sure.
We're not doing this on public roads. We're going to a professional closed course.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because that's what we are, professionals.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you put your foot down.
And it just feels like it is fast. It is crazy fast.
It's dumb fast.
Yeah. It sounds great.
Yeah. They've done such a good job rating the chassis in that it has like 640 horsepower going through two wheels.
Yeah.
And it's not...
Dramatic.
It's not... Well, I would say it's not dramatic, but it's not scary. It's a little twitchy. Like, it's edgy. I think it's twitchy. I think it's edgy. I think it's really fast, especially with the traction all the way off.
Right.
Our car's pretty wild.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, when I was on the professional closed course, I noticed that even in its like most aggressive Corsa mode, the traction was still intervening at like 140.
Yeah.
Very subtly.
It needs to, yeah.
Very subtly, but it's still there.
Keeps you pointing straight
yeah.
down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so here's the thing. I noticed this last night when I was on my way back from the professional course trying to get some photos of this car.
Right.
You and I think, both have the urge when we get into a car like this, specifically Huracans, for some reason pull this influence out.
Yeah.
Where you are either cruising or you are full throttle, full tilt to the 8,500 RPM red line.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Right.
Which is not realistic because we drive our cars in the in between all the time.
All the time, yeah.
So I tried driving this thing in the in between. Mm-hmm. Put it in sport so the exhaust is open.
Yeah.
Mostly open. in manual mode and just kind of playing with it at sensible-ish speeds. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell it's kind of bored. I feel like if you were deaf, the car wouldn't be great. But I'm not deaf.
Thankfully you're not, yeah.
Yes. And the car's very good.
Yeah.
Like, the steering's super direct. The chassis feels great to me. Brakes are a little touchy, but that's a very typical Italian thing.
Well, and they're carbon ceramics, right?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I think they're Steelies.
They're definitely carbon ceramics.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, like, just playing with it at, like, say, 6, 7 tenths.
Yeah.
It felt great.
Yeah.
But you have to deliberately play with it. It doesn't come upon it naturally. It naturally wants to go fucking balls to the wall. That's all it knows how to do.
So maybe I thought there was no drama because the car was so bored. The car was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Because there's so much chassis under that thing. Yeah. It is actually so fast. Not like, say, the 360 you and I drove a while ago, where we could play with that at 8 tenths, 7 tenths, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking riot.
Yeah.
Because the car is not actually that fast.
Yeah. That's like the 355.
Yeah. It's one of the best fucking cars in the world because it's not that it's fast. It's fast enough to scare you a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
I find it's pretty slow, honestly. Anyways, yeah.
It's got no torque.
Yeah. I
think that's a big thing. You and I both like big, gutsy, torquey fucking engines.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of... Like, I'm supposed to write this piece that's supposed to be a send-off to the Huracan, because it's not really about the Technica. Like, it's neat. It's cool. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
And it's fast as shit.
Yeah.
But this is more meant to be a send-off to that V10. And I think it kind of, like, reinforces a point I've made, I think, a couple times on this podcast, that the engine makes the car.
It's the heart of it.
Yeah. Like, the 535 or the BMW 540 are both very nice cars that a lot of people like.
Yeah.
The M5 is a fucking legend. And the reason for that is...
They changed the engine.
The fucking race engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the Huracan's whole reason for being, beyond its wacky-ass styling...
Yep.
Like, flexy, look at me, douchebag styling. Which I actually really like on this. Yeah. I actually love it on this. Or how fast they are, or the noise. Or it's just... The engine is so good.
Yeah.
It is so fast. It is so fucking angry.
That's the thing, like that engine. You know what? You kind of bring up an interesting point. Now that you've actually brought it up, I'm thinking about that. It's like, how many times have you heard a Lamborghini V10 in all the video games you played and all the videos you watched as a kid?
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's the whole point. Is like, it's supposed to be like.
It's a note that sticks in your mind.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And how often do you have that?
Not often, and it's not so well translated either.
No. But like,
because like I spent a lot of time in Forza Horizon 4, fucking around in a Huracan. I didn't even want it. It was a stupid prize car. I'm like, I'll just use it as a stunt piece of shit. And I ended up putting the most miles on it because it was fun and it sounded awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of one of the things about, like, because we had lots of 4 generations of Lamborghini V10. I can't even remember now.
Well,
where did it start?
At 03 or 4 with the Gallardo.
Yeah, and there's 2 versions of that engine.
2 of that. And then...
Huracan.
And then... Well, I guess... Huracan facelift.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same engine, more or less.
What I'm getting at is, like, every single generation has had its own personal character and flair.
Yeah.
The first generation sounded amazing out of the box. The second generation was way faster.
Yeah.
And this third generation of... Well, we'll call it the third generation of V10. Lamborghini V10.
Yeah.
Is the fastest and also sounds... fucking rad.
Wacky as fuck, yeah.
So it's like they've almost like they've honed this V10 into like the perfect emotional machine.
Yeah.
Like, such that I will turn on and I will flip something inside your brain and
and just corrupt you. Like, it just gets into you. It's so good. You just want more of it. I need more of it. And
you crave it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I think that's the thing about this car is, like, when you're driving it, it's like, I'm like, dude, just send it. Like, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Go.
Yeah. Do cool stuff.
Because, like, the noise is infectious. It's like, you cannot, like, and it's also one of those weird things. It's like, once you hear it once, it's like,
I need more of that.
Let's go do it again.
I need more of that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a weird hybrid of like an operatic wail.
Yeah.
And contagious laughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it just gets under you.
And I find that, like, okay, like, a lot of these cars now are, like, so muffled and whatever, but, like, this one's got, like, a lot of mechanical noise, which is appreciated. Like, it's not just volume, it's tone, right? Like, it has all of the different characteristics of the engine that, like, you want to hear.
Yeah.
Which may be lost on some people, but, like, I think overall, the effect is the same. Like,
it's incredible, and it's perfectly pitched all the way through. It doesn't like at $3,000 it's got like a weird drone. At $5,000 it's got a resonant. It's just perfect all the way up.
That's the thing, and they spent ages trying to perfect it, and they've done it. Right?
They've done it. They nailed it.
So it's like, okay, like aside from
is there a better sounding engine you can buy right now? Can you buy one of these right now? I think so. They're probably still taking a few orders.
Probably.
Okay, so let's say you can still buy one. Is there a better sounding engine you can buy right now?
Oh, you can't put me on the spot like that, man.
The Hellcat's gone, so it makes it a lot easier.
I don't think that's particularly good. It's funny.
It's very funny.
It's whiny.
Yeah, but it's a fun whiny.
It's funny. Yeah. It's okay, funny.
It's not nearly as sexy.
No. Ferrari
V12, yeah. They're pretty good.
That's pretty good.
They're fucking pretty good.
But then the counter to that is, you can't buy an Aventador anymore. Can you?
No, they're on the Revuelto now.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
What does the Revuelto have in it?
I think it's a V12.
Yeah,
it's the same one from the Aventador.
Did they change it at all? They hybridized it?
I honestly don't know. I don't pay. Once it gets over $250,000, I stop paying attention. That's not a real car for real people. Get out of here. And then it shows up in my parking lot. I'm supposed to have a fucking opinion on it.
Yeah. No, I know for sure. Like, I know it's got the Lamborghini V12, but I think it's hybridized. So like,
I think so. Yeah. They probably had to give it stop start.
Yeah. which the Huracan has.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious.
That's Audi.
Like, what is that doing? Like,
stopping and starting. What are you, fucking stupid?
No, but I mean, like, what is it doing for emissions? Like, probably nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. That being said, in the grand scheme of engines, yeah, it's got to be one of the best sounding engines you could buy right now.
It's so good,
and it's very distinctive. Like, it's got a voice, right?
Yeah, like there's nothing else that sounds like that.
When I hear, there's a couple of Huracans in the neighborhood. It's like when I hear one of them fly down the street, it's like,
instantly. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no like, is that a bike? Is that a Ferrari? No. Is that a this or that? It's a fucking Huracan.
It's the same way, like the what's it called? Like the 911, the GT3 engine, like the Metzger.
The old one.
Yes.
The old Metzger engine, yeah. The old 3.6.
You can hear them, like when they tear down the street. It's like that's what that is, like. Yeah. And they've got such a I call it a voice, right? It's like This has that.
I've noticed Ford V8s have a voice too. It's a very it's almost like a high-ish pitch to them. There's a specific voice. Not even Coyote. The Coyote does too, but to a lesser extent. But the old the modular 3-valve engines, they had a voice.
Yep.
Some engines just sound distinct.
Yeah.
They can sound similar, and nothing sounded similar to that V10.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's such a unique pitch.
Yeah, I think they've done a good job with it.
The next one's supposed to be really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, no, hang on. There's a point I wanted to make. So this car, when you have it in like its most mild of mode, it's very quiet. Very quiet. You can't hear it idling. It's very quiet.
Yeah.
It's very demure.
Yeah.
I have never heard a quiet Huracan on the street ever.
No, they're all
some asshole has always got it in fucking track mode, pounding the shit out of it. Always.
Yeah.
Always. Like, always.
Because it's fun.
Because it's fucking sick. That's the whole point of the car.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be more of a dick in it. I'll have more fun with it.
I think you're right.
I think that's the point.
I think that's,
Just be a kid. That's what the car's about.
It's a toy.
Yeah, you bought a TIE fighter.
Yeah.
Go play pretend.
Yeah. Something you said about that. Oh.
Yeah.
Overall, it looks pretty rad. Give or take the front end, whatever you want to say about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get used to it, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah. We don't have to, it's going away.
Yeah. What else? Drives great, looks great, does whatever. The infotainment's dog shit.
Whatever. We knew that.
But it wasn't before. Because before the Huracan had... Oh, did it not have a center screen? I feel like it didn't. And then you did everything through the instrument cluster. It was what it was. It had like an Audi knob, and then you would play with it through the instrument cluster. Buttons. Put some buttons in it, Lamborghini. They won't have to because it's gone.
Yeah.
But stop with the screens, please. Just put a button. Volume should be a knob.
That applies to everybody.
Yeah, but this is bad where you have to go through a menu to find the volume.
No, but they have that shortcut thing.
And it works really well.
It works very, very not bad.
Yeah.
Very not bad. Very intuitive.
I know.
It gives zen.
But you know what? In a way, it's funny. Isn't that what supercars are about?
Yeah.
It's just silly.
Yeah, it's almost like you're not supposed to be good at that.
It's almost like they made a good one. They're like, nah.
Yeah.
We could, okay.
Yeah, like when Porsche does it, it's like, bro, you're totally missing the fucking point here.
But that's the Germans, right? The Italians like, nah.
Look at this, buddy. It's fucking sick.
Yeah. Screens and lasers and shit. Yeah, I don't know. What else do we have? Speaking of weird technology.
Yes. The RX-7.
The RX-7 is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's got
actually a fucking very weird car.
Not a V8 motor in it?
Not a V8 motor. Although, okay, driving this car around, I realize why people put LSs in them. And it's not, this isn't a knock against the rotary.
What's that?
I was driving it and I felt like, man, this feels like a Camaro, like a Corvette. Like
the body?
Like it should have a V8. I should put an LS in this thing, and it hit me like, oh my god, like that's how it happens.
Yeah.
That would feel right. Not to say that the Wankel doesn't. It's
Wankel.
Felix was a pretty smart guy, man. Yeah. So the car was not.
Okay, yeah. So like,
what
was it that you had?
I had a first year. One of the first few is a 93 Mazda RX-7. So the first year of the really curvy, sexy RX-7 that has since become a fucking legend.
Yeah.
And it's black on red. It's a touring pack car with like a sunroof and leather seats and shit.
Ooh. Black on red. That's nice.
It's very sexy.
Yeah.
And my first takeaway when I got in the car was like, oh fuck, this is nice.
Yeah.
And like, so I picked it up at 4:00 on a Friday in Scarborough because fuck me.
Yeah.
And I spent the next like 2-3 hours like sitting in traffic, looking for somewhere to shoot it, waiting for rain to pass, moving else, waiting for rain.
So you're a little frustrated. Yeah.
Yeah. And what struck me was how completely fucking unremarkable the car felt. It just felt like a nice car. It was comfy, it was quiet, it was well laid out. The engine, we have thoughts about rotaries that they are completely torqueless and weird and whiny.
Yeah.
And that's
what the internet says, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is none of those things.
What?
The sequential turbo setup that it has.
Yeah.
So the way it works is the first turbo wakes up at like 1,800 RPMs.
Yep.
Spools to 10 PSI. Starts bleeding off power to the second one to kind of pre-spool it.
Yeah.
And it does the handover at 45 and maintains 10 PSI all the way to redline.
Right.
It actually works quite well.
Okay.
So, like, I'm on the highway in this car. You put your foot down a little bit, and there is a solid low mid-range to just pick you up and whisk you away.
Oh, okay.
Like a big engine.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing. It felt like
that's kind of the magic.
It felt like a big engine.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a 1.3 liter spinning Dorito. It felt like a big, mighty, like German-ish engine.
Yeah.
It worked really well. And it was really quiet and
in stock
completely fucking imperceptibly smooth.
Yeah.
So outside of the little dip at like 4.5 where the turbos hand over to each other.
Fair.
But even then, that's not nearly as pronounced as you would think.
Yeah.
And you only notice it if you're sending it from low to high, which you never are going to do.
No.
So, yeah, like just driving it around, it just felt like a nice car. And it wasn't what I expected because you and I were talking about this earlier. When we think about what a Mazda is, we think of several generations of Miata, the Protege 5, the MP3, several generations of 3. We think of Zoom Zoom, fun, zippy, like just cheap and cheerful cars.
That's exactly it.
This RX-7 is not that. By the time this came around, they already had the Miata.
Yeah. So
they just set out to win. This feels like a very serious sports car. And if you are not kicking its ass, it's boring as fuck. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of, like a Corvette, like a 911. It's just kind of bored NSX.
Yeah.
It's just bored.
Yeah.
Which was not at all what I expected, because I thought like it's light and big turbo energy, and I thought it was going to be wacky. I thought it was going to be like a little sillier, and it's not. It's very restrained.
Which is probably why they're so heavily modified.
Yeah.
Like,
also because they can take it, because it's a fucking incredible chassis.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's almost like you've graduated from the Miata.
Yeah.
And stepped into, you moved on to your big boy job.
Yeah.
You're making real money. And it's like, okay, now you have
a serious car.
Right? The RX-7.
Well, like, when they were developing this in like the late 80s, early 90s, like, this was like at the height of the Japanese bubble economy.
Yeah.
They had big money. They were never going to run out of money, ever, for any reason.
No.
And, like, they were looking at launching a separate luxury brand, right? Yeah. They had the Cosmo, like a 3-rotor luxury coupe.
Yeah.
And they were looking at developing a V12 fucking full-size luxury sedan.
Yeah.
Like, this was that Mazda. That version of Mazda built this RX-7, this super ambitious that was going to make a fucking big splash in the world stage.
Yeah.
They didn't want to play. They wanted to win.
Yeah.
They were also actually winning at Le Mans that year.
Yeah.
Like, and this all resonates through that car. The thing was 46 grand.
Back then?
Back then.
Oh, wow.
Translate to 88 now.
88?
88 now. Like, this was not a cheap car. It's not cheap and cheerful. It was Mazda trying to win. They're making a really serious, really fast car.
Yeah.
And when you drive it fast, it all starts to make a lot of sense really fucking quick.
Really?
Yeah. That car is every bit as good as everyone says it is.
Wow.
It's not what you'd expect because it's not playful like a Miata.
Yeah.
But when you're on a professional closed circuit, giving her the beans, as it were.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. It's fucking fast.
Yeah.
It also doesn't feel fast initially because it's got long gears to stay on boost and let that sequential system work well.
Yeah.
So it's not dramatic. You're not shifting often. Yeah. You're just riding big fucking waves of iron long turbo torque.
Yep.
And it weighs 2,800 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's like a featherweight in a modern context.
Yeah.
That car's fast.
You know what's weird about that? The only empty RX-7 I drove was completely stock, other than it was on coilovers. But they were nice coilovers and they're set up for comfort.
Yeah. When
I drove that car, the only other time that I felt the same about a car was the 905, which was comfortable, fast. It felt like it could do a lot, but it also felt like it could be restrained. Yeah. It was like this whole split personality BMW vibe.
Yeah, it has the Jekyll and Hyde thing.
Yeah, and I got that out of the RX-7, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting Japanese sports car.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I was expecting a little wacky, a little, like, shouty in
buzzy,
your face
fizzy,
all the time. Yeah. But, like, so refined that it was shocking. And I guess that's what's also come through, when you've driven it. Like, it's...
Yeah, driving this, like, super pristine low-mile car that Mazda's had in a vault for decades.
Yeah.
Is incredible how unremarkable it was.
Yeah.
Until you ask it to be remarkable, and then it just delivers so much.
No problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you, sure. And they've kept the same, like, talking to our mutual friend Alex, like, they've had the same, like, front rear suspension design since the FD.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is great. Let's just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Like, get under my Miata. They look very similar.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't broke. Don't fix it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's a reason the FD is a legend.
Yeah.
It also looks fantastic.
It is such a good looking car.
Gorgeous.
It's such a pretty car. Like, that is, without a doubt, the sexiest door line. They took a door line and made it cool.
Yeah. Like,
integrate it into the style of the car.
It's wicked.
It's so pretty. It's so nice. It's just a classic shape. That, like, it might be the best handling car I've ever fucking driven. It's actually, like, when you are really on it, it's actually incredible how good it is.
Really?
It just pirouettes around your butt.
Huh.
Very organically. I didn't know I liked that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I learn things about myself every day.
Yeah. And the Mazda RX-7 helped you get there.
Helped me get there.
Yeah.
In a very cool guy way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, front end's amazing, turn end's great, balance is great, acceleration out of a corner is fantastic. Balance is like absolute dead nuts, bang on neutral.
Really?
No under or oversteer, which then can be dialed with your foot.
Yeah.
Like, fucking incredible.
Huh.
Maybe like the faintest predilection towards oversteer, because I'm used to compensating for understeer, so I send it a little hard.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know, but like, dead nuts perfect. Fucking amazing handling car. Brakes are perfect. Clutch take-up is nice. Heavy-ish because old.
Yeah.
It's just super easy to get in and drive fast immediately. Very BMW-y in that way.
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
We like BMWs, new and old.
Yeah.
Because they kind of do that thing where it's like you get it and it's like, let's go. Like the car is saying,
let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. And now lately, I haven't driven an FT in ages, but like thinking about it, it's like, yeah, like it kind of feels like a Japanese BMW.
Yeah, it's a very similar energy,
which is rad.
Yeah, well, look at the amount of our BMW friends, that have driven my Miata and go, yeah, I could do that, because it's same energy.
Yeah,
I think
playful, but like confidence inspiring, and like it's something just feels right.
Yeah, there's like just a very intrinsic rightness that they've baked into it.
Yeah.
Like they sat down and thought very carefully about like, how do we make this feel better? Not perform better necessarily, just feel better.
Yeah. And then in a way,
and that enhances everything and makes it perform better.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good place to wrap things up. We're at about an hour.
Very good.
Boys and girls, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning into this intimate little episode. And we'll see you all again soon. Take care, and hi, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Bye.